For any time you want to do eyeshadow, just think of 3 to 4 shades that you want to use. I like to think of like, what is the highlight shade, what is a medium shade that I can use, a really deep shade I can use, and then a shimmer, like as kind of like the star of the show. So the 4 colors I'm gonna use, this one right here is the transition shade, this shade right here, and then probably this for my lid. And then for the highlight, I'm gonna just use the highlight that I used on my nose, which is the Revlon Skin Highlights. So a primer that I use is the NYX like HD primer, and what you want to do is honestly just put it on your eyes, blend it out, and then we're gonna set using that really light shade. Just blend it out as you would like a concealer. If you don't have an eye primer, just use your concealer and make sure to really set that so that it doesn't crease. And then I'm gonna go in with this very dense brush and then pack it on top of my eyelid. I'm gonna be using honestly a couple brushes, and they're all from Shop Miss A. First brush I'm gonna be using is the Shop Miss A E10 brush, and I'm gonna go in to the Pro Neutrals palette and use the transition shade that I said I was gonna use. And I'm gonna put that on the brush, but also I'm gonna just tap it so that the fallout doesn't fall on our face or anything. And I'm just gonna blend that into the crease. And what I like to do is blend back and forth just to get that color in, and also to blend like the edges, I like to do circles so that it is just nice and blended. I'm probably gonna do one eye at a time. You wanna just flick it out and do a back and forth motion. So white, blend the top, and then for the outer portion, just swipe. This is just the beginning. So, and you can see already right now, it's been building up. I'm going to take this E128 brush and I'm going to pack my transition shade on it, tap, and then I'm gonna go into the inner corner here, towards the inner corner, and kind of do like a band to really just place that color into the crease. And then I'm gonna take this E127, which is a bit smaller, and it has nothing on it, and I'm just gonna blend. And the blend that we're gonna do is just swiping back and forth. This is so that the shade that we put down, it looks blended rather than just a band. Outer portion of the eye, I'm gonna go back and forth, so swipe back and forth, swipe back and forth. Then after, I'm gonna take the E126. You don't have to go back in because there's already some product on it, and I'm just gonna go and blend that with a swiping motion. I'm gonna go in with that really deep shade. Depending on your eye shape, I really recommend that you look at your eye shape and you figure out what works for your eye. But I feel like this is universal for a lot of different eye shades, is to focus on the outer crease of your eye. So just focus this on the outer crease, and also blend it, like drag it into the crease as well. Like drag it into, as you can see, it already creates like this nice little V shadow. You don't need to make a band, you just need to just drag it in. Make sure to not neglect your lash line when applying eyeshadow. You gotta go into that lash line too. E127, there's nothing on it except the transition shade that we just used, and I'm gonna blend that outer corner. This is where I would start using the circles to blend the transition shade with this darker crease shade. And then for the crease, just going back and forth again, also swiping towards the temples to help create that blend. E126 again, and I've gotten it to a point where I like it. And so now it is time to add the lid shade. I like to use my fingers personally. Another brush, if you don't like to use your fingers or you got nails, I like the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. This has been with me for years, like probably almost a decade. And I'm gonna go in with that shimmer shade that I said earlier. And for this, you wanna make sure that you take that fallout out, because if not, it's gonna fall over your face and your face will be shimmery. And what I like to do is swipe it on, just swipe it on. And do you see how there's not like any shadow in this area? That's where we're gonna put the shadow. A sponge tip applicator. Like, I'm gonna show y'all. You can get these at Ulta. I love sponge tip applicators. And I know I remember like people be like, throw them away. No, these are so good for your shimmer shadows, and they're so good for preventing fallout. And then as you can see right here, the outer and the shimmer, it's like kind of like not blended. So I like to take the back of the sponge tip and just blend those two together. Just blend those two together using the back of it. And the blend looks great, like looks great, looks fine. And something I really recommend is to get an eyeshadow switcher so that you can switch between shadows, or if you get shimmer on it, you can just wipe it off, or if you want a clean brush immediately, just wipe it off and then boom. And that's what I love about it. To take just like a small like angled brush, like an eyeliner brush, and to take that really deep shade that we used on the outer corner and put it on the lash line. I feel like this really helps to create more drama and helps to create that really beautiful cohesive look. So I like to put that in and feather it as I go towards the inner corner of my eye. I kind of want it to be a little bit more feathered out, so I'm going to take that transition shade and tap it and then blend. For the eyebrow highlight, we can just use that shade that we used at the beginning to set our eye primer. So I'm just going to tap that in, E127, and just go in, no product, and just blend that into the brow bone. I'm gonna highlight my inner corner now. I'm using this pencil brush because it really helps you to get like really precise about where you're putting the highlight and be really strategic. This is the look. If y'all liked it, be sure to follow, subscribe, share, all that. But thank you for watching. Bye.